Hello everyone. Welcome to today's Thop Talk. Thop Talk on Infinity VR. Firstly, let us read out our invocation. Shivani,
Thank you, Anaya. This is who we are. We are a team. Talented, energetic, astonishing mindsets. We can do anything and everything. We talk, we care, we respect each other. We see beauty in everything. We are connected by hearts and driven by values. We celebrate each other. We provide value to each other. We take ownership in everything we do. We have freedom to make mistakes. We learn as we go. We are mad to make a difference. We love disruptive ideas. We make impossible things possible. We are strong to question the creation. We believe in dreaming big. If we do not dare to dream big, are we really living? Why be ordinary when we can be extraordinary? We should be driven by our goals, not by egos. We can do it, we will do it. Let us not hope for the best, let us be the best. This is who we are.
thank you Shivani. And now let us move to the our top talk. Like I I have prepared as like let me share. Can you see the screen?
Yes, Anu.
Yes, Anna.
Okay. So Infinity VR. Hello everyone. I am Nikhil. Today I am here to just let ourselves know what is infinity, how it is, and what the world means about it. So today's the content will be we might we will know about infinity game, we will talk about infinite game, we will hear about infinite game, and today it is all about infinite game. So did you ever like you all might be knowing about how we played the cricket in our childhood, right? We used to define the game. In gully cricket it will be different, right? We define the game will be defined in a way, so officially or usually it is played that way. But when it comes to gully, we tend to redefine it. Suppose say we will say like a step catch will be considered as an out to make sure we'll get the batting for the next time or something like that. Like redefining is something not not unknown to us. It is more like we are not conscious about the the way we have been redefining things. And when you just look it that way, you see that you are actually redefining the already defined game to make it more interesting. Suppose say like imagine a small group of children playing cricket. They really don't know how to, like they are not very high skilled people, like children. They just want to play. If you give them a big ground, they have to they maybe they might have to redefine it to make sure they enjoy every moment. Without that, it is like they might feel like they are unable to do something, so it might create some effects. uh, look at the other end. Redefining something is something interesting, and the other hand, redefining makes us more excited. Give me a minute. So like I said, redefining is something interesting because it will make us feel good and happy by making things in a way we enjoy every moment. On the other hand, I see that vision is something really different. Like it really takes time to know or understand what is our vision, what is the purpose of life, or something like that. So we will get to know about it soon. Like vision is something considered as it differs. Suppose say I have some vision. Sometimes the visions might match, but they really vary. They vary in a very different way. And infinite mindset is something which will be connecting to this vision part. So now let us look at, so infinite game. So people play finite games and infinite games. Finite games are something which are, I was mentioning, which are already being defined. Something like playing cricket, or following some defined rules. The infinite game is something considered to be different. We don't like, suppose say you you become the best version of yourself. This is a goal in an infinite game, because we don't have some defined stages of becoming better version. Like it is continuous. Similarly, you can say that the care you show to your beloved ones, it is infinite, right? You can't say that if I if I do these many things, then it is like it they feel like I care for them. It is something continuous. You need to do slowly. Like every day you need to put in, do something. It improves continuously. And there are couple of things, five things which are considered to, which one has or one does will tend to make them be in the infinite game, are five things. And the first one is cause. So what is the cause? Like I was mentioning, vision. So vision is something we all know, right, about mission and vision. Vision is something we set for ourselves, which continuously improves. And mission is something which we think that acts will make us tend to move towards the that vision. And when we see that, we 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 might not know a complete vision of like our vision in certain time. It is uncertain. We don't know whether we get to know about our vision or our purpose in the 5 years or 10 years or 20, 30, 50, 70, or whatever it is. We might not know about it. But but there is something interesting to do. Like maybe we see some people who whose vision is connecting, whose vision we can own it. We can own it and we can practice it and we can implement it. And I see that our Thop and the way we have been evolving. So that vision was from the eyes of Shavan sir. That vision, like I consider we all as people, like we got excited to see that vision happen. Like there is some, you can see about Gandhi, right? So Gandhi has a vision, had a vision of seeing the India become, gets freedom, right? So his vision influenced many many people in India to get, to believe in that vision, to practice that vision, to make that vision of getting freedom to India happen. And and now we see how we are making it possible. Like Shavan sir had a vision of, like, had some couple of may, maybe thoughts on how to reach that mission. It is more like we have diversified thoughts. At the end, I just see that one point which we can consider is like becoming best version of ourselves with our culture, and the culture having the attitude of gratitude or whatever it is. And we have couple of things like giving respect to each other, seeing greatness in each other. These are all things I believe will make that happen. That is some vision. We all are in that vision. So see, the first point which is considered to have a cause, we have it. And courage. Look at that tortoise. Imagine that tortoise is very small, and it has some strengths, it has some non-strengths, or we some people consider it as weaknesses. So where does it live? Mostly in that sea, right? So does it really know that it might it is harmful for it to go there? Because there are the chances that it has some strengths, like it has a shell to protect itself from others. And it also has some, it moves slowly, so that it might become, like it might die someday soon. There are chances, right? But it does that, it takes courage for tortoise to go there. Even though it is small, it wants to, it want to live. So it is taking a path which is which is something really considered to be hard or uncomfortable thing, but it is taking. Let me exemplify this with our examples. Like, hope you all remembered how Tarun mentioned about our TMC, how bringing KU students to our TMC one at which happened in Hyderabad recently. Like he was mentioning, he had these thoughts, right? Like I am responsible for bringing them there, from there to here. And he has that some fears that maybe if something happens, how it will be. But with the team, he had that courage. He took the step forward, saying, I will take care of it. So courage, leaders with courage are the people who make others feel like, yes, we can do it. And there is something like which we'll also know in couple of minutes. I do want to mention it, like when we ask people who take such courageous, they this is what they say. It seems like they say that they feel like someone left to them or someone beside them will take that steps. They feel like they take that step because when they are in that situations, they will have someone who will take care of it. You can see how team is very like powerful in making this courage happen. And one vulnerable team. So before I talk about vulnerable team, I would like to mention about this. Like it is said that you can be a writer, you can be a poet, you can be a painter, and you can be anything. And there are three things which will make you move to the next step. One, like expressing your painting, poet, or 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 whatever it is, and and then no getting the reception. With that, you will, and presenting it to right people. You can, it is like, if you present it to the right people, you tend to get more energy, positive energy. And that reception is also important. And this chain of like process of doing will make a poet into an artist, a painter into an artist. And I feel like with like you can see how we are expressing through our obsessions, through our top talks, through I see that obsessions are really something very, it happened very amazingly. So you can see how the obsessions made us feel, made every one of them to express. Like we have come up with like Shivani came up with attitude of gratitude, which is something really just amazing. And Nivi's expression, Money Talks by Chandan, and Thop University. These are all like we are expressing. We are expressing to right people, right? And that makes, I feel like we are already artists. We are artistic in expressing our obsession. And I love the way we have evolved in that way. And one vulnerable team is something like, suppose say there is a program going on where we have a singer, we have we have people like musical people, like who have to coordinate with the singer, and they are going to perform a song. Like they're going to play a song lively. Maybe you can consider it as an audio launch. When you see that, if if that singer if that singer is really good at that, he will present it, right? And the important thing is that they should be in sync. The people who play the instruments and the singer should be in sync. So the we will see a beautiful form of presentation coming out when it happens. like in normal life, it really becomes hard. Suppose say uh, we will have interviews, right? So after getting your graduation, you we tend to move to a mindset that I should get this. And in that process, we tend to think in a way that we feel like others getting it is not good. We feel we like, suppose say it happens like this. So there is a person X who has strengths of, like, so something like that. So we should, instead of competing with each other, if we form as a group, and if we present if we do something together, it really makes it us do impossible things possible, because you might have some strengths, others might have other strengths. When you together come in, it becomes a big strength, right? And I love the way we do it. Like we we support each other. We know how with obsessions we support each other, and we express with others. We appreciate others, we celebrate the moments of the success moments of others. To get we collaborate. We know that it happens in the beginning. Sometimes we feel not very connected to some people. That might be because they have some strengths. We might not have come to that stage. But when we accept them and appreciate them, it goes to different level. There is a, like, they say that if you are able to have a team talk at least once a month, like, suppose say, imagine an amazing, like, what we say, exceptional skilled people, or you can consider RRR movie, right? So you see that NTR or Ram Charan or Rajamouli, these are really high skilled, is considered, right? They're forming into a team and presenting an idea. You see how powerful it is becoming, right? And they, in the process of playing the infinite game, it is considered that if we meet once, at least once every month, we tend to, the energy which gets dissipated and the way we will move ahead to our goal is just amazing. And we do that. We regularly meet every day, and you can see how amazing team we are, the vulnerable team we are. Yes, this was about artistic. And now, worthy adversary. What is it? Adversary is something considered to be an opponent, or someone we feel, someone's presence makes us feel insecure. Here is some a bit like story which I would like to share, which happened to me personally. Like, there was a friend of mine. Like, she's very good at some parts which I really don't like. Like, it is something like we actually did not express an open war or something like that, but still I was the one who built the cold war within. One day, with an amazing attitude of gratitude we built in our team, I just felt like wishing her all the best for an interview for which she got selected later on. And I got to know that she felt so happy when she saw me as a different person. Like I wished her good luck before interview. Like very few do that. Many does, but very few do that. Everyone would congratulate once they get selected, right? So that was a small thing I did, and that small thing made a big change because I started accepting her and appreciating her and showing the attitude of gratitude and all. And now we got connected a bit better than like, I mean, we at least will give a heartful smile. That is enough, right? Here I see that she hasn't been that problematic. The main thing was that her strengths, which I don't like or I can't do, made me feel insecure. It is worthy to know the adversary and accept them and learn from them, and if possible collaborate with them to become an amazing person or to reach your goal. It is something like you will know your weaknesses, and you know a person whose strengths are your weaknesses, and you learn from them, right? And flexible playbook, like there is a quote saying, if you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. Like we all are in like, you are in undergraduation, and I am in after under I'm doing my work after undergraduation, right? So it is normal, right? So every person in this world does something like that. He gets educated, he gets a degree, and moves to the next step. It follows. And if we all do the same thing, how are we going to make that difference? And everyone will become the same person. Like I hold a BTech degree, you hold a big BTech degree, every one of us will hold a BTech degree. What's in it? What's that difference we make? And this flexible playbook is something interesting. Like you are someone, maybe like consider myself or consider Nivi is an expressor, Thop expressor, right? So in the process, Nivi gets a degree. Nivi Nivi expression might be one of the paths, but Nivi. Nivi has her own way of living, her own value system, her own way to lead the life, right? We should be we will have our vision. In the process, we will we will have we will be flexible enough to just take the roles. One day you will become a father, you will become a mother. They are just the roles. At the end you will be the same, right? So so being yourself and tending to accept the new things and learn from it is something amazing. And you will really know how amazing it is when we do that. And before we go to that, like you all know, right? Like I have been watching about watching Simon Sinek's.
Research in 2017 shows that 82% of SME businesses fail due to one factor.
Like you might be knowing how I am obsessed with the thought process
That
of
is
Simon
lack of
Simon
cash
Sinek.
flow
And
management. You don't need any rocket science.
Yes, right. So then I was like, I consider him to be, he got very connected to me. And I really see that Shravan sir is someone who is, I don't know whether Simon Sinek inspired Shravan sir or Shravan sir inspired Simon Sinek. I tend to see that infinite mindset and thought process, entire things. I got very connected, and I feel like he's very close to me, and I call him Simon Babai. And let us watch a small part, not really big part, how he mentions about the infinite game.
Courage to play the long game. To
It's not the long game, it's the infinite game. Because a long game could be 5 years, right?
True.
Yeah, this is forever.
How do people build that?
Everything that we're talking about in the infinite game is really,
You can
really,
hear,
really,
right?
really hard. It is so much easier
Yes,
to
Anu.
build a company based on short-term ambitions than it is an infinite cause. It just is, right? It's also fun. Short-term ambitions that are really hard.
People build that.
Every 5 years, right?
True. The long game. To
It's not the long game, it's the infinite game. Because a long game could be 5 years, right?
True.
Yeah, this is forever.
How do people build that?
Everything that we're talking about in the infinite game is really, 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 really hard. It is so much easier to build a company based on short-term ambitions than it is an infinite cause. It just is, right? It's also fun, right? Until it's not. Less inspiring, but sometimes fun, right? Hitting a goal feels good, right? It's much easier to just hire and fire people frequently, hire fast, fire fast, as to hiring slowly and firing slowly because we try and take care of our people as best we can. It's hard to build teams. All of that stuff we talked about leadership, like what am I supposed to do to build a trusting team? Well, I wish I could give you a list of 5 things. It's really, really hard to be a parent. It's much easier to be an uncle or an aunt or not have kids, right? It's hard, right? So why do it? You know, it's fun and exciting to try and beat our competitors, you know, but to have to face our own weaknesses every day, oh, that's exhausting. You know, existential flexibility, I'd rather not. I just would rather not. You know? So the reason this takes courage to completely change our mindset, A, about the game that we're actually players in, and how we want to approach these things, and do we want to shift our mindset in our organizations to prepare for the infinite game, to be organized for the infinite game, it takes courage because we're going to be swimming upstream in a world that is very finite driven. You know, the pressures on us are overwhelming from Wall Street or our own egos or from internal incentive structures or our bosses, whatever it is. The pressures are overwhelming for us to play the finite game. And so how do you stand up to massive external pressure? Courage. And courage is something that comes from relationships. You know, it's external. A world famous trapeze artist would never attempt a brand new death-defying act for the first time without a net. They would never do it. So why do we think that we could do something difficult without external support too? I've had the opportunity to meet real heroes, people who've risked their lives to save the lives of others with the belief that they were going to die, and they didn't. And when asked, why did you do it? They all say something similar, which is they would have done it for me. It's external. And so we have to take the time to foster and take care of people around us, to nurture our relationships, because when we're going to be doing something difficult, when we're going to be swimming upstream, when we're going to be innovating and doing something different, there are days we're going to doubt ourselves. There are days we're going to get knocked in our ass. There are days that storms are going to rise, and we have to have people who say, I got your back. You need to do this. We need you. The world needs this. Keep going. I believe in you, you know? And so courage comes from not only our willingness to do that for others, but then their willingness to do it for us. And if we commit ourselves to a just cause and we're willing to do those things, then, you know, the great thing is we take a lot of people with us and change the world for the better. And isn't that sort of the point of an infinite life? To leave this world in better shape than we found it, to leave the companies that we work for in better shape than when we started, to leave our families stronger and better capable than they can do without us. Isn't that what it means to live an infinite life? That we can literally live on beyond our own lives.
Like you can see, right, how amazing we are. You can hear his way of saying how hard it is. Yes, it is hard. Yet, yes, it is difficult, but it is not impossible. And we love to make impossible things possible. You can see how he's mentioning care or team really matters a lot to play the infinite game. So, like, there is a short video. Like, we will start to express at 45, from 45. So, you see how amazing we are. Like, we are actually playing the infinite game. We are playing it without knowing that, without knowing that we are in that game. And you see many businesses happening. You see many people formally saying that yes, we do this, we do that. It is said that they all are playing the finite game, and finite games are just something like figures. You can say I have 1,000 crore turnover company. Yes, you have. What do you really have? The people who believe in what you believe, and that makes a big difference. That makes, like, when you are a team, you can make anything possible, right? Like, that is how we are moving ahead. And the other thing I would like to mention, like there is a question, right? So we are having a culture. When we meet with people out, like when we, the so-called reality, being into the reality with that mindset, how we are going to change the culture. And I love the way Simon Babai mentioned the answer for it. And let us watch. You can see it, right? Is it something? Are you able to see that?
Yes, Anna.
Here,
So now, when people have that and they take that mantle on and they have the ecosystem around them that gives them that powerful support that they need to really be courageous, and I'll assume for a second that the people watching this, they have that. One thing that I imagine a lot of people feel helpless to do is influence the culture of the company that they're already in. So what is your advice for somebody that's in a company that they don't have an infinite minded culture?
and the interesting answer comes over here. Like we all have this question, right? So let us hear what he mentions.
Don't be there.
No, don't try and influence that which you cannot influence. Don't control that which you cannot control. An infinite mindset means that is something I can't do, but I can influence and take care of the people to the left of me and to the right of me. I can take care of the people who work for me. I can even take care of the person I work for. Sometimes we have a toxic boss, not because they're bad, but because we don't understand the pressure they're under. Sometimes to simply exhibit empathy to our boss, hey boss, you were really harsh on us today. Everything all right? What's going on? I'm worried about you. I'm here. Like we can succeed together. We're here to help you. No matter where we are inside an organization, leadership is not about rank or authority. Leadership is taking responsibility for the people around us. And so anybody on any team at any rank at any level can be a leader. The first choice is that we have to want to be. A dear friend of mine, Lieutenant General George Flynn from the Marine Corps, said that the first criterion to being a leader is you have to want to be one. So any of us can volunteer to be a leader. And that's what you do. You commit yourself to seeing that the people with whom we work on a daily basis love coming to work. They feel that someone's got their back. They feel supported. They feel that they have top cover. They feel someone cares about them as a human being, listens to them, knows their story, allows them to be themselves. We can be that leader. And what you start to see is those teams become really high performing. Those teams become super tight. And you start to hear rumors across the company because everybody wants into that team because apparently it's a great team to work with, to work on. And before you know it, one of those people goes and moves to another team and they take everything that they learned, because leadership is learned, and they do it for another team. And if we take that infinite mindset, then eventually the tail will wag the dog. And it doesn't matter if it's this CEO or another CEO, because we will outlast whoever's in charge right now, and that's the goal. We're doing this for the good of the organization, we're doing this for the good of the cause, right? And the tail can wag the dog.
Dude, I love that. I think you've got your finger on something.
Wow, wasn't that amazing? So, like, you can see, right? We actually gone through that process. Like we had connection with the college, and we had a thought of changing the culture, but it like it is hard, right? He says, don't do that. Don't ever do that. He just mentions to be supportive to the people left of you and right of you. And I love this answer because I am the one, like I am one of them who, like, after getting graduated, I joined to Crest, right? So I see that there is a different culture, right? It is hard to change that. It is not very easy to change the culture in a single go or in a second. But I can be the one who can support my left people or right people. I don't really need a position to be a leader. It is what I choose to be. If I want to be a leader, I can be. Who has to define it? And I really feel this because I do that at Crest. I don't really have a position there to say that, but I really love applying our culture there. Like, I just say thank you, wholehearted thank you for everything, every small thing. Most of the times, not like every second I say that. Whenever time comes, not like every time when possible I say that. Whenever I remember I need to thank them, I thank them, and I really feel like it is making a difference. And I really think that we really no need to change that culture if we accept them, and if we take the lead of making left and right people beside people, make them feel like we care for them. They just want to be with me. I really feel that my team really loves being my presence because I create that atmosphere of being happy, and that is just needed, right? I can learn a lot in the process with this attitude. And you can imagine how we unknowingly, if we got known about this question at that moment when we decided to take our own path, we would have amazed, right? But still, imagine we decided ourselves, and when we know that we made a right decision, and that decision is making us move to the infinite game, just imagine how amazing we are. And this is just about the infinite game or the infinity we are. And I guess we will come up with an obsession because this is something phenomenal the world is experiencing. Just hearing this thing, the world feels like, wow, I should be part of it. Imagine we made it possible organically. And this is for now. And I would love to hear your comments. Shaman sir, I think you can raise your hand and continue. Like everyone got into muted. Okay, Toby sir, you can go on. Okay, sir. Okay.
Nikhil Anna, the talk was really, really, really amazing. Ante, it almost summarized whatever I learned in this 1 year, or I have been learning in this 1 year. Anmata. It just, and the parts which you played in the video, Simon Sinek's video, it just got connected with me so much. Actually, I watched it before you before you posted it in the group.
Okay.
But still, ante every time I watch it, it seems really new. One, and every time I watch it, I have the same feeling that ante it is so much connected to us, so much connected to our group. At Simon Sinek's video, the culture code book, they are just, it just seems like అరే మనల్ని చూసుకొని వాళ్ళు రాసారా అన్న ఫీలింగ్ వస్తుంది అసలు. And like coming to like vulnerable teams, oh my god, that one part, there was a time when I first about vulnerabilities and vulnerable team. So there was a time in my and అంటే మేబీ ఆ సెప్టెంబర్ అక్టోబర్ అనే టైంలో జస్ట్ ద వర్డ్ టీమ్ and its definition, ఇంకా maybe that redefining time undemo. That was the part when I was redefining team for myself, and how a team is built, how it is అంటే how we have to constantly maintain that connections with our team. I just understood its importance so much. And అంటే నార్మల్గా కంపెనీస్లో when we see, they don't have that emotional connections, or అంటే we might have friends, కానీ ఇద్దరు ముగ్గురే ఉంటారు కదా. but అంటే I understood how it is important to build that team. Though you are not a leader, though you are not you're not in a position, అంటే మేనేజర్ పొజిషన్ ఉంటేనే నీకు ఒక టీం ఉండాలని ఏం లేదు కదా. The team which you are given, or at least the people who are around you, అంటే because you are అంటే you are meeting them every day. And I just understood how important it is to keep your surroundings, your own surroundings happy, and you are responsible for them. Nikhil na cheppinattu, we cannot change their own culture, but following our values, following our culture there too will make a difference in their lives. And then నాకు ఇట్లా అనిపిస్తుంది, like calling company employees to our obsession calls is kind of like that only అన్నట్టు. We are not saying మీరు మా కల్చర్ ఫాలో చేయండి అని, but we are just saying, see, this is what we follow. If you like it, you can own it. If you don't, ఇంకా మీ ఇష్టం. It just ante I was also thinking anamata, how ante they attending our calls, how it will make difference to us and also to them. ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళు రోజంతా పని చేసుకొని వస్తారు, just that one, you never know who can inspire you in that span of few seconds, and how it will impact them as individuals అన్నట్టు. So, అంటే I just felt it all depends on you. That creating happiness for yourself also depends on you. ఇది once this clarity comes, ఇంకా everything seems so simple. It's just in your mind అనిపిస్తుంది that one, when that one big block gets cleared. ఆహా, it's just so amazing. థ్యాంక్ యూ నిఖిల్ అన్న. ఇంకా చాలా ఉంది కానీ గుర్తు రావట్లేదు. ఐ యాడ్.
Yes, we will like it really will make a difference when they attend obsession, because I see, right, after after attending from 9 to 4 or whatever time it is, 7 to 8 is something really important, because we tend to connect to that defined or negative or whatever it is. That is the different way of exposure. You will get experience that in your college, right? So each one of us will get experience that, even though we have been practicing this culture. It really, like, same thing, like we need to improve every day. And Nivedita, 1 minute.
Yes, Anna.
Okay.
ఒక్క నిమిషం. Like, I think Shravan sir mentioned he might not be able to talk before. So ఒకసారి శ్రవణ్ సార్ అయిపోయాక మాట్లాడదామా? Is it okay?
Yes, Anna. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, ఇది
You made a comment?
yeah. So actually, you know what? I'll talk to you later. Let Nivi talk.
Okay, sir. Nivi?
Yeah. Yes, Anna. Anna, is my voice clear?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
And your voice is beautiful too.
Abba. Anna, Nikhil Anna, I just got inspired, and I am in the trance of your Thop talk today. Oh my God, this is just amazing. Every point you mentioned, I learned some or the other thing in every point or in every slide you mentioned, actually, in today's Thop talk. Actually, I loved few things which you mentioned. I mean, I just love every point you mentioned, but few points where I got connected, and I mean, I just got inspired with your unique expression. And it was and I would like to mention those points now. Like, it is like vulnerability team. This is just amazing, actually. Vulnerable team, I think so. Yeah. So I mean, I just love the way you told about vulnerable team, and that was so inspiring, and we all does that, actually. And again, when I joined this obsession, I mean, when I joined this Thop talk, I listened to infinite definition which you mentioned, and that is also just amazing. The way you defined infinite is so amazing. And then the values which you told, I mean, even though when we are at the company, I mean, the showing gratitude towards others, I mean, emotional well-being, which you mentioned today, is just amazing. And I totally got inspired with the way you told it. And the next comes, I mean, that is very, actually, I got a huge smile when you mentioned Simon Babel. That is just amazing. I mean, I just loved it very much. అంటే ఒక మూవీలో ఉంటది కదా అన్న, లైక్ పేరుతో పిలిస్తే పిలుపు ఉంటది, బట్ అదే ఒక బాండ్ తో పిలిస్తే ప్రేమ ఉంటది
బంధంతో
అని.
పిలిస్తే బ్రహ్మ.
Yeah. I just liked it very much. And every time you express, I see your voice coming very powerfully. And I mean, you just confidently express. And I mean, today you confidently expressed about yourself too. I mean, I have seen you expressing about yourself very greatly, and I just liked it very much. And also the way you have given example of Gandhi vision, that is just amazing. And also Simon Sinek videos, I mean, uh, those examples and the answer at the end which he told is so, I mean, surprising, and surprising to see that. And also, I just want to say, like, how well you understand everyone and give your opinions in a respectful way with patience is just amazing, Anna. And I totally get inspired with the way you do this every time. So thank you so much, Nikhil Anna, for this wonderful talk today.
Thank you, Nibulu. I got
Infinite
inspired
obsession.
from your Nibi's expression.
Ammo. Anna, I think you can do infinite obsession. I just felt that way after listening to this talk. Yeah.
Done, done, done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Vidikta, shall we go with Shawan sir and then
Sure.
you?
Sure, there first.
Sir, go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
in a powerful way.
So, oh, thank you. Thank you. First of all, wow, what a top talk. Uh, I mean, giving a talk on this. No, stay. Uh, the way. Go ahead. You have a lot of time. Okay. No, it doesn't. So we are actually on the way to pick up Sai from the airport,
Wow.
and Sidhu is driving. So he's driving on this new path for the first time. So that's why he's
Wow,
like
congrats,
asking a
Sidhu.
question. So so this soap talk is actually not easy to give at all. It is very difficult, and you did it. You nailed it. You absolutely did it really well.
Thank
And
you.
the way Vivo talked, Vivinta said all the things. I totally agree with her. I couldn't listen to Nivedita when she was talking. So one thing, when he talks about courage, he talks about internal courage and the external courage, and that is
Yes,
where the team comes in. See, that team gives you that dependency, the so-called independently dependent. Independent, you are within yourself saying, I am strong. Dependent is, I have a team which supports me, right?
yes,
So even, it doesn't matter the age. For me itself, I want, I know that you are all changing. I know that Thop as a group is changing. The methods, the ideas that I used 4 years ago do not work. I'll tell you, do not work now. They, some of them work, but there has to be a change. So I have
yes,
to change. There is something, there is certain habits I have to change, because to take you to the next level, I have to become more courageous also. I cannot be, so I have to be more courageous. So one day I realized that I have to get into the more expression mode. Even though I talk about it, we have Nivi's talk, we talk all about it. There are certain areas in life I am still trying to impress people. And I felt strongly that I have to get into expression mode in those areas, so that way I can be a better person and I can, help the team. And then one day I asked
yes, sir.
Nivi, uh, Vivikta and Deepthi and Apurva, I said, you know what? I need your support. Are you willing to support me? I'm going to go into this expression mode. So I'm going to be vulnerable now.
Yes,
So this vulnerable team, are you willing to support me? And they all said that, immediately, yes, sir, we'll support you. They didn't say, oh, I don't know whether we can support you. They had the courage, or they just said, you know what, we just want to do it for Shravan sir. It doesn't
yes.
matter. Whatever reason, they immediately said, we'll support you. And that really helped me a lot. And I have been expressing and being stronger every single day since then. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for
Wow.
this talk.
You became an artist now, sir, by expressing. Like, we were before that. I just want to end the presentation and then you can give the comments as we are becoming too late.
Sure, Anna.
You can see the slide, right?
So so can end the recording.
Yes, sir. After this, we'll end the record.
Oh, okay.
So this is what like I came up with. Like stars are born on earth and rise to shine, sky to shine, and let the universe shine. And we are that stars which are born on earth, and we are rising to sky and shining brighter to let the universe shine. And from this presentation, I would like to mention few takeaways which you can consider. First is express yourself, dream big, and play the infinite game because it is really interesting. Thank you from Thop family and Nikhil.